Hey YouTube friends, this is Lady M62 and today I'm in the kitchen cooking. I am cooking for my parents. My mom is not feeling too well. Her back is hurting, so she asked me would I cook dinner for her and my dad, and I don't mind doing that. What you see here are little loaf cakes that I'm going to make. I just used some simple Duncan Hines Lemon Supreme cake mix to make it really quick and easy, you guys, because I also have a busy evening at home myself. But you got to take care of your parents because they took care of you. Well, at least my parents took care of me. I'm just kidding. But anyway, you guys, so I just followed the instructions and I actually added 4 eggs instead of 3 eggs, and I added 1 box of the instant lemon pudding mix. So I'm going to pop these in the oven, and I'm going to make, once they're out of the oven and cooled, I'm going to make just a little glaze or something to drizzle on it because my dad has a tendency to have a sweet tooth. So this is something little small, little cakes that he can have to try to satisfy his sweet tooth when it comes along during the night or tomorrow. But for dinner, I'm just going to make them a really quick and easy chicken pot pie. And I use a store-bought crust. If you use the Bisquick mix or whatever, or homemade biscuit mix, that is totally fine. Today is going to be quick and easy because I have a lot of other things that I have to do in my own home, but I have to cook for them first and drive it, let's see, 35 minutes to their house, and then come back and do what I need to do at home. So this is going to be really quick. So keep my company while I cook, you guys. Okay guys, so here's my chicken. I got it all cut up, and the rest is, I bought 3 packs, so I still have a little bit left. I'm going to go ahead and just put that in the freezer bag. But this is the chicken that I cut up. I'm going to go ahead and put it in some boiling water. I haven't seasoned it yet. Once it's finished cooking, then I'm going to go ahead and season everything in a big bowl. Okay, that's the chicken right there. I just added it all in there, so you know it has to come back up to a boil. Guys, whenever you're handling raw meat, you always know to keep your hands clean and keep your area disinfected. So I don't know if you can see like the little bubbles here that I sprayed. I used the Method Antibac all-purpose cleaner. And with this, if you want to disinfect, you spray the surface and you leave it on there. It says here for 10 minutes. And to sanitize non-food contact, you want to spray and let stand for 5 minutes. But you know, with chicken or any kind of raw meat that I cook, you know, stuff, you know, splashes or splatters, and you just can never be too safe whenever you're handling any type of raw meat, whether it's seafood, chicken, beef, turkey, whatever it is. So I just sprayed this on there. I'm going to let it sit for 10 minutes and take a paper towel and wipe it clean. And I've already washed my hands. I've washed my hands probably like 3 or 4 times already. But keeping your kitchen sanitized and your hands sanitized is so important when you're handling raw meat. Here are our little cakes. Don't they look so cute? Oh, I can't wait till they cool so I can go ahead and put some glaze on it. My dad is going to love these. Okay guys, so here's the pie crust, and like I said, I'm in a crunch today. I actually wasn't expecting to have to cook for my parents. My mom kind of called me at the last minute to whip up something really quick for her and my dad. So I'm using the Pillsbury pie crust, and this is 2, and I just took a fork and just kind of poked it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven and let it cook. But what you could do, you can make some homemade biscuit dough and like just plop the dough, you know, put your filling and stuff in there, and then go ahead and plop the dough on top, and you could make it like that. I've done that before, and it's absolutely delicious, you guys. But sometimes, ladies, it is okay to cheat. If we're in a pinch and we got other things to do, sometimes it is okay to take shortcuts. So now here are the little cakes. They just came out of the oven. Oh, look at that. Can you see how soft that is? Oh, look at how soft and moist that is. So I'm going to let these cool and then make some glaze and put some glaze on it once these cool. Now let's go ahead and pop this in the oven. Okay guys, our chicken is finished. As you can see, the smoke's still coming out. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly season it with my Tony Chachere's Spice and Herb Creole seasoning. I love this stuff. My parents love it too because my mother seasons with it all the time. They also like the Italian seasoning, just some regular black pepper, garlic powder. And once I season it, I'm going to go ahead and open up 2 cans of this cream of chicken. And then you see the vegetables right there. I'm going to mix all that together. And by that time, the pie crust should be a little bit brown. And once this gets all mixed together, pour it in there. Put some pie crust on top. Cut some little slits in it. And we're going to be ready to go. Okay, guys. So all I've done was I've taken the pan out the oven and let the pie crust cook just a little bit. And what you see is the chicken and the vegetables and the cream of chicken soup. I'm getting ready to put the top layer of crust on there, cut a little bit of slits on it, and I'm going to show you that right before I put it in the oven. It's a pie crust, and it's the chicken pot pie. It is ready for the oven. I just cut like a little slit for it to vent. And I have my oven set on 400. It's been set on 400, but when I bake the cakes, I put that on 350. Is it 350? Yeah, it was 350. So I'm going to put this in the oven, because actually the meal is done. The chicken is completely done. The vegetables were frozen, but they don't take that long to cook. So really you're just browning the crust. So if you had, biscuit mix on here, you'll be browning the biscuits basically. All right, I'll come back and show you everything. The next time I come back, I'm going to show you how I make the glaze for my cakes. Drizzle just a little bit on there because my dad is not a heavy glaze. He likes just like pound cake without a whole lot of icing. But I am going to drizzle a little bit on there because he likes a little bit, and so does my mom. So that will be coming up next. And then the final video, I'll be showing you everything all packed up and ready to go. We are back with the confectionery sugar. It's right there. And I just used so far just a half of a lemon, making sure I just kind of use my fingers just to catch the seeds. I don't have all that fancy equipment. But I think that I may use my little gadget that I do have here to put a little bit of lemon rind in there. I'm not really sure, but it smells so good, you guys. Oh, I just love the fresh lemon. I do not like to use the lemon out of that little jar, I mean, little bottle. I just don't like to use it. Even when I make my homemade lemon pound cakes, I use fresh lemon. It's something about it, and it smells so good. And whenever you're getting the zest, you just want to get the yellow part. You don't want to get any of the white part, just the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. I don't have a lot in here because I'm just going to lightly drizzle these cakes. Okay, so I'm finished. I did add a little bit of lemon zest, not a whole lot, but this is the consistency that I want for these little cakes, just like this. And all I added was confectioner's sugar and fresh lemon juice and a little bit of lemon zest. You can't even see the lemon zest in there because it's so little. But that's it, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just drizzle over these little cakes and we'll be finished. I took the chicken pot pie out the oven. It is piping hot, so I have to wait for that to cool off before I can start transporting it to my parents' house. And that was just enough because the bowl is empty. So there you go, guys. Oh, that lemon tastes so good. Yeah, I didn't want a heavy glaze, but I just wanted something that'd be like, a little glaze on it. That's it. So let me wait for the chicken pot pie to cool off. And yeah, we'll be ready to pack up and go. Okay, what I didn't tell you was one of these little loaves are going to stay home with us. So this is what it looks like in the inside. And let's see, cut a little like that. So this is what it looks like. Oh, you guys, it tastes really good, guys. This tastes really good. All right, we'll be back when it's time to go. Okay, here's the chicken pot pie. And it's actually a lot more browner than what's coming off on camera. I don't know why it looks white or whatever, but it's actually a nice golden brown. And here are my mom and dad's little cakes. So they should be good to go for the next 2 days. So that will cover today and tomorrow. And then my sister's going to cover Thursday and Friday. And then the weekend we'll just kind of play it by ear and probably order takeout or something for them if my mom is still not feeling good. Which on the weekend we don't expect for her to cook anything. So my sister and I will put together and we'll order takeout and take them some carry out or something for dinner so they can sit back and relax the weekend. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm in the car and I'm on the way to my parents' house. Figured I would take you along with me just for a little bit so you can kind of ride along with me. I hope you can hear me. I don't have my earphones in, but I hope that you can hear me well. I don't know if you can see that rainbow up there, but it's so pretty, rainbow up there. We've got a little bit of rain. It's probably the aftermath of Hurricane, what was it, Florence, that hit North Carolina. Did you all have any family in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia area? Or do you live there? I hope that you and your family were safe. I live in Florida, so I've gotten I'm not from Florida, but I've been living here for years, and I've actually gotten used to the hurricane season. I'll never forget my first year living here. We did not know anything about hurricanes because we're from way up north. So we're used to snowstorms and snow blizzards and driving through snowstorms and stuff. But as far as hurricanes, so that was what we were greeted with when we first came to Florida. So that wasn't very nice. But anyway, we got through it. We had to evacuate to Georgia, which we were not very familiar with, but we made it. I still get nervous when, a hurricane is headed towards Florida because you just never know. You follow the meteorologists and you take precautions and you get your generator together that's always supposed to be, hooked up outside, never inside the house. And you do all of that. You get your non-perishable food items, your water, your peanut butter, your canned goods, etc. But at the same time, you take care of your elderly. You make sure you got their prescription or your prescription, etc. But you still just never know what things are going to be like when it finally hits. You just do not know. And I have to tell you, I've had some very frightening experiences so far living in Florida dealing with the hurricanes. I mean, about 3 years ago, we had a really bad hurricane and we lost power for 7 days. Yes, 7 days we lost power. It was awful. It was so hot. Hotels were booked, and if they weren't booked, they were charging like $300 a night just because, of the storm. So you never know. You just take precautions and, listen to the news and just pray and hope for the best outcome, It's a little bit later in the evening, so I'm hoping that I don't run into a lot of traffic. Usually this highway is terribly busy between like 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. It is like back-to-back traffic. So it's looking a little bit better because I waited a little later to, bring the food over because I just kind of wanted to get over here, drop the food off, sit and talk with them for a few minutes, check on my mom, see how she's feeling, make sure, see if I need to go to the store to get them anything, and then I'm heading back home because I have a very busy evening. So that's the rest of the chicken pot pie. How was the chicken pot pie?
Fabulous.
Daddy, how was the chicken pot pie?
Good.
Thank you.